Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Josie with Awakened Soul, and we are here for a reading about the person on your mind and your connection to each other. Today's reading is going to be a detailed energy check on you versus your person and the connection. So what we're going to do is do a deep dive using my favorite oracle deck of all time. This is the Wild Unknown Spirit Oracle deck. And we're going to do an energy check on you first, talk about how you are being represented in the connection right now, what's going on with your energy. We'll do the same with your person after that, and then the connection itself to give you as much clarity as to what's going on, what's shifting, what might shift in the future as possible. I will also be doing an extended for today's reading. That's going to be on your person specifically. So their innermost thoughts, their innermost feelings, what's going on internally with them. So if you find that this energy check really resonates with you and you want to learn more, you want to dive deeper into the message, you're welcome to check the extended out. You can find that on my Patreon directly, or you'll find a link down below in the description box or the pinned comment. And when you join us over there, you'll get access to over 200 additional readings. So you get a good bang for your buck. You came out really quickly. Your first card came out really quickly. It's the whale. I'm not going to bend down to grab that right now, but it's the whale. Water energy could be important. You could be a water sign or an earth sign. Your secondary card is the elk. Or maybe you have dominant water and earth in your charts. Virgo, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Taurus, Capricorn. That's a weird order for things, but maybe that's meaningful to someone. So that is what's coming across, at least elementally for you. It's interesting because the whale in this deck talks about divine feminine energies and basically the world of emotions, your innermost feelings, your innermost emotions. And it's such a contrast because the elk talks about divine masculine energy. It is the sort of masculine card of the earth element in this deck. So what that's telling me is you have a really good balance between your divine feminine and your divine masculine energy right now. Everybody has both within us. You seem to have a really good balance between the two. Maybe you fall somewhere in the middle, or both are harmonized with you right now. You seem to be doing a really good job with leveling out your own energy and finding a good balance between practicality and logic in this situation, as well as emotions and intuition. You have a really good blend. Good for you. That is awesome. I love to see it. You're feeling very protective over this connection and anybody else that might be involved with it. I feel like you just have a naturally nurturing, protective, caregiving type of energy to you. You're also very much concerned about how everybody else is feeling. And for some reason, I'm feeling like a group type of dynamic here. So it could be that you're really close to other people that are in their life, or they're really close to other people that are in your life, or there could be other parties involved here in this connection aside from just the two of you. Because to me, I'm getting like a group effort. You're taking on a mediator type of energy. You want to make sure everybody that's involved is feeling seen, understood, cared for, emotionally respected. There's just a lot going on, and you're kind of taking on the role of making sure everybody is happy, everybody is fed, so to speak, and you have this very calm leadership type of presence to you at this time. So again, you have a good balance between divine feminine and divine masculine energy, but it's almost like you are taking the lead. You're the one that's kind of biting the bullet here, so to speak, and making sure that everybody is doing okay. That's how you're represented energetically at this time. Let's see what's going on with your person, what their energetic state in the connection is here. I also heard provider. So maybe you're taking on a provider role, or you want to be better at providing in some fashion in this connection, whether that's financially, materially, emotionally. You feel this inherent responsibility for where this connection is going. It's almost like you're taking on the responsibility of everybody. Okay, I'm not saying that's a good thing. I feel like, that can get overwhelming sometimes. But that's just how you're represented energetically right now. So let's see what's going on with your person. Okay. Wish you guys could have seen that. That was crazy. That like leapt out of my hands. It like flew over there. We have the otter. That's good. I see the dynamic right now, okay, and why you're represented the way you are and why they're being represented the way they are. We have the otter, and then the secondary card is the tarantula. So your person could have water and or fire in their charts. Again, we have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We also have Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. And I'm going to just note that the back of the deck is a fish. So Pisces energy in specific could be important to your person or their connection to you. Or maybe Pisces season is when this is finding you. So aside from that, the otter talks about youthful energy, kind of like a carefree, easygoing, lackadaisical type of vibe, okay? So you seem to be coming across as somebody who's very mature. You're taking on a leadership role. You're very emotionally intelligent. You're very also logical, practical, responsible. Your person is coming across, I don't want to say they're immature. I don't want to say that they're the opposite of you, but they definitely have more of a carefree, go with the flow, youthful type of energy, which is maybe part of the reason you're feeling all this responsibility is on you to make sure everybody's happy, there's harmony in the connection. Your person is kind of the opposite. They're happy to sort of let you step in and take the lead in that way. They kind of just want to play and have fun and celebrate and have a good time. This person might be like the classic life of the party type where they're always wanting to have fun and go do fun things and have adventures. And then you're over here like, okay, but we have to be responsible. We can't go spend all of our money on a vacation. We can't go spend all of our time and energy partying with our friends. We have to, go to work and get serious about what the future looks like between us. Your person seems to be more, again, carefree, go with the flow, have fun. Everything's a good time. I'm the life of the party. That type of energy. But their secondary energy is the tarantula, which tells me that they have some kind of understanding that they have to maybe make a change, because this talks about being at a classic fork in the road. You're at a crossroads, you know that you have to make a decision, and it's important that you listen to your intuition when making such decision. So maybe your person feels like it's time to put some of their partying days behind them, and maybe they know that they need to get a little bit more serious in this connection with you or risk losing it. So they're aware that they have to make a choice. They're aware that maybe they need to adapt and switch up their behaviors or their patterns a little bit, or you're going to get burnt out and frustrated since apparently you feel like a lot of the responsibility is on your shoulders. That would be draining for everyone, okay? Anyone will get drained at some point in time, even if you're a naturally really strong individual, you have natural leadership qualities to you, even if you like, kind of making big decisions, that's something you're really good at. Eventually you might reach burnout. Your person is thinking about that. They feel like they want to keep this life of the party energy going, but they also know at their core that maybe it's time to grow out of that. It's time to change a bit. Not like they need to suddenly become this ultra serious person that never goes and has fun or celebrates things, but maybe they need to start maturing a little bit, okay? You might be a little bit older than this person. You don't have to be for this to be your connection. It might just be that they have a naturally more youthful, playful, immature type of energy than you do. Think of oldest child versus youngest child syndrome. If you're familiar with that in psychology, usually people, like if you have siblings, if you were the oldest born, usually the oldest born child is a little bit more responsible. They tend to be more mature even in their adult years versus the youngest child. They tend to be more carefree, life of the party, the comedian, the fun one, but usually a little bit less mature going into adulthood. Not always, and don't come at me, please. I'm not an expert by any means, and I'm not saying that's what this situation has to be, but it could just be personality types and differences. You naturally take on a more mature, serious outlook with life, whereas your person seems to be a lot more carefree, nonchalant, go with the flow, let's have fun, let's take life not so seriously all the time. I don't want to make a 5-year plan. You're already planning out like the next 10 years of your life. That's what I'm getting at here, okay? But your person seems to be aware that maybe it's time to make a change and get a little bit more serious. Because I see that they respect you a lot. They really care for you. I don't think they want to lose this connection, so they might know that they need to meet you in the middle a little bit here. Okay, now let's talk about the connection itself. We have the third eye chakra with the unicorn coming through. We also have the beaver. Okay, so I'm kind of loving this for you guys. Assuming this is somebody you do want to be with. We have the third eye, which is telling me the two of you really do have this unspoken communication with each other. You get a good read of one another, whether or not you're talking about it out loud. So chances are the two of you can kind of just pick up on each other's vibes and emotions without even ever having to say a word to one another. You kind of just get each other on this core level. And that's a beautiful thing to have in a connection. Honestly, it really helps things flow better when you do have a good intuitive read on one another. So I'm loving that for you. This connection is very mystical as well. And it's also rare. When you think of the energy of unicorns, they're rare, they're hard to come by. So this is likely a soul connection. This is likely a one-of-a-kind type of relationship for the two of you. And then we have the beaver coming out here. And the beaver is reminding me a little bit of your energy, okay? But we're talking about the connection itself. The beaver is a hard worker, very family focused, very family oriented, and just also, it's kind of like the earth sign of the water signs, if I can phrase it like that, because the beaver is a water energy, but also very focused on hard work, building things, creating a family structure, and creating this stability. So it's kind of like a blend of the two elements. And since it seems like you're already kind of thinking those thoughts. Maybe you want to have children with this person one day, or maybe one or both of you already have kids from other connections, or having like a really concrete family structure could be important to you, whether or not you want to have kids or not. Maybe you view partnership as like a family and you want to be on the same page and build as a team and as a unit with one another. That seems to already be very important to you. And it's also an inherent part of this connection too. So it's almost like you're over here saying, hey, it's time to get serious. I want to get this going. I know the potential we have with one another. I just want to get there already. Your person's like, oh, okay, but I need a little bit more time to be me before I get serious. I want more time to have fun and celebrate life before I like lock things down. But it is inherently part of this connection. So I see that this connection really does have the potential to form a lifelong bond, if that's what you're looking for, to build a family structure, to solidify things, and to have a stable life with one another. There's a lot of potential for that, and I think at your cores, both of you kind of know it's headed in that direction. Your person just wants to have some more fun and keep things a little bit casual for a while longer, whereas you're like, okay, no, I'm ready to get serious. I'm ready to lock this down. I don't want to play games. I already know what my goals are. Let's get down to business. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here for you guys. We're going to dive deeper into their thoughts and feelings in the extended. So again, you can find a link to that down below in the description box or the pinned comment. I'm going to get you a couple of personal messages now to close out today's reading. Okay, so this is just about you. It doesn't have to relate to this person at all whatsoever. Your first personal message is the frog, transition. Oh my goodness. This is a powerful time of change. You're being called to connect with the world of emotions and feminine energies. You may also need to engage in a process of cleansing, whether it's physical, emotional, spiritual, or energetic. And I feel like that is so true for you, not just about this connection, but in general. I feel like you tend to put the weight of the world on your back. And it's so important that you remember what the separation of tasks is for you. You are responsible for your healing, your emotions, your thoughts, your energies. You aren't responsible for this person's. So if you find that you're taking all of the burdens off their back and just putting them right on yours, maybe it's time to purge that off of you and let your person handle their own business. You worry about you, they worry about them, and then the two of you can meet in the middle a little bit. You may also benefit from doing like a spiritual cleanse, an emotional cleanse, or physical purge. If it's been a while since you've decluttered your house, I am a big supporter of that. Back in the day, I used to hold on to things for way too long, even when they weren't of use to me, even when I didn't need them. It cluttered my space, then it cluttered my mind and my emotions. It stressed me out. And I've gone through several series of big declutterings, some of them intentional. One of them was through a hurricane and a flood that kind of did that for me. Yet, I did feel a bit lighter having more space and less things that I thought I needed that I didn't really need in the end. So I feel like, blessings in disguise. Not saying I would want that to happen again. It was terrible. It was horrible. But sometimes, it's good to do a good purge of your stuff, because I believe that energy can be held within items. It's already widely known that crystals and stones can hold on to energy. That's why it's important to clear your crystals. But I feel like the same can be said about other physical objects as well. So if you're holding on to things that give you bad vibes, bad memories, maybe just purge them out. Anyway, I always go on that tangent when that card comes out. I feel like somebody really needs that message. I needed that message years ago. Then I got the message and I got to work. But anyway, this is your affirmation of the day. I am always supplied with whatever I need. Take a look at your life so far and acknowledge how many things you have overcome, all because you were supplied with what you needed at the time. Very true. All right, you guys, I'm going to hop into the extended. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you have a blessed rest of your day or night. And until next time, bye for now.